resistance to export-led growth in manufacturing is building across the world. We're seeing a lot of talk about inshoring, reshoring in the industrial world. Why is it that they're doing that? One is for strategic reasons, but the other is many countries are resistant to importing large amounts of goods because of the fact that they've seen it's deindustrialized them. And so, the tariffs on Chinese imports into the US, but you can expect if India was successful in creating an export-led growth strategy in manufacturing, we'd see some of those political problems. In other words, just as China is becoming much more aware of the problems with export-led manufacturing, we're jumping in, feet first into this. And is that a good strategy, even if it works? And of course, I've said there are many questions about whether it will work. So what's the alternative? And that's what I want to end with. I mean, there is a alternative path building on India's vision of increasing openness and liberalization, and this is focusing on their minds, on Indian minds and capabilities and creativity, but also on its liberal democracy. And here I'm talking about catering to demand in the much larger global market, but not goods demand. I'm talking about catering to service demand, which already India exports a fair amount. People don't know how much India exports in services, but it's where we have a net surplus, which helps us run large deficits in goods manufacturing. But I'm saying, let's not move to putting enormous amounts of resources in fostering manufacturing as in the PLI scheme. Now, it's approaching 50,000 crores a year and could increase significantly. Let's think about increasing the other side. What will it take to increase service exports from India? What do we need to do there? And if we need to choose between putting $1 of government money here or $1 of government money there, let's think about where it is more appropriate to put that money. So now, I think the environment for service exports has changed substantially during the pandemic. The pandemic has made it easy to offer high-valued added services at a distance. And a final reason for a focus on services, if we are going to put our eggs in some strategic basket, is that the world has to grow green. It is unfortunately, the only way forward. And consumption of goods cannot grow at the pace at which it has grown in the past, even if poor countries become richer. More of the consumption basket will increasingly consist of services, including creative services, even for moderate income countries. So if we were to pick sectors of the future, are we going to pick manufacturing, which is increasingly harder and more backward looking, or are we going to pick services, which is increasingly the future? My guess is services would make sense.